So as we continue to bring presenters, our next presenter is with the 480 Club. Has been serving the community since 2014, and where every youth and minutes matter. It's imperative we change the narrative. So family, put your hands together for our brother and your brother, Joseph Hooks.
Good afternoon, everybody. Blessed to be here. Blessed to have gotten another call and text to nudge me to be here. Everything happened for a reason. Excuse my tardiness. I was home caring for my two daughters. You know, I heard the gentleman before me talk about love, and God knows that's what I needed. So I have two daughters that filled my heart, and I didn't want to miss gymnastics class, so I had to attend to that first. Again, my name is Joseph Hooks, founder and director of 480 Club. You might be saying, what is that called? Where is that from? It's serving Montgomery County. I've been serving Montgomery County for my own small business since 2014. Been serving Montgomery County before that, just in the different realms of the school system, DJS, Department of Juvenile Services, nonprofit, group homes, recreation, you know, all sorts of things just to kind of have the platform. But just to kind of expedite, I'm a visual person, right? I didn't really prepare anything. I'm not about being on a script. There's a video that we're gonna play that kind of highlights a little bit of the work that I do so that y'all can see. And then me and Miss Kelly, who've known each other for about a year, we both served on the anti-hate task force representing the African-American community from Montgomery County. And we've got to really connect, and that's why I've got to see a lot of deeper level of work and understanding and respect for racial justice now. So thank you for her joining me, and thank you for everyone else who's invited me and had me here today. So we'll just play this video real quick. Don't mind the man, he's just a moderator from the news, but just something quick put together. You can play it now.
2014 to train and mentor young student athletes from the local community. The founder is Joseph Hooks.
All right, we're gonna push, we're getting shape, ready to go. We ain't got a lot of time, all right? When I grew up, we didn't have the opportunity. We just wanted to give them an opportunity to say, you keep working, the sky's the limit. I created something to inspire. It started off with a small idea. My motto is, if it's positive, it's possible. Best thing, creating other leaders. I want to create other leaders and create their own vision to use sports, to use their experiences to serve the community and inspire other young people to do great. Go back to inspiration, you know, just being someone they can trust. And I want to be that someone that they can go to during the good times, time to get away, to be positive. And it's done a lot, inspired me to continue. And it was the amount of minutes in a month. I didn't really have a name, it was quick. And I thought 180, 360, 40 felt really strong. And it was to build the mind, build the body. I hope I'm giving them enough. I hope they'll remember wins and losses, but I want them to remember the conversations, the outings, the friendships, bonds. You know, I want to make those tough days great days for them. And I just really hope that as they get older and they become parents or coaches, that they can remember these things and do it even better than me. So I had a dream, I had a vision. I wanted to play college football, that I want to be a part of a program. I had so much success playing for NBSA football. Walker's Mill was tough, and I look back at it now, I'm thankful for that opportunity.
It's a little bit crazy.
Dream, you know, it's the vision. Whatever makes you happy. Hard work, teamwork. Success is between, you know, you and you. Kids coming back and saying thank you. Kids growing up and continuing. So you're inspiring someone, and make sure you bring that to wherever you go, and it'll make things better in this world and country and Montgomery County even better.
Our heartfelt congratulations to Joseph Hooks, his staff, and the kids in the 480 Club. You know, that does it for tonight.
All right, thank you. So, just wanted to help show that real quick visually to kind of catch up. I know some people are familiar with me, some people aren't. And then those who asked me about my hat, you know, it's something I just grabbed real quick this morning, Make Black Farmers Again. I knew where I was going today, and also it's about planting the seed. So one of my friends from college days, his family owns a black-owned farm in New York. And I was born in upstate New York, just haven't been back in Montgomery County when I was 2. But last year during spring break, I took about 12 young men, black boys, that were kind of on the fence and kind of like, needed that place to escape and, be themselves and be loved and be heard and be seen and see other things, And we went there first for the day, kind of just touching the soil, I haven't been to Africa. I want to go, will go. When my daughter's a little bit older, I wanted them to really remember it and be rooted and educated. So I thought that was the closest thing possible, right? To have a black man, a grandfather of a cousin, of a friend of mine that allowed us to do some work there, kind of be humbled. And then we went to New York City, went downtown, ate, did the whole experience. And then Sunday we went to a baseball game and then we drove home. So that was just a great experience that a lot of young men was thankful for. And I was thankful for, just to be able to work on a black farm. So I did leave that information for some of the people. It's called Triple J Farm in New York City, but it's not New York City, it's outside. So besides that, like I said, it's glad to be here. Looking at day 2, got a lot of respect for what you guys have been doing, current solutions support. So what you'll see and notice about me is sports is a hook. It's just not who I am, it's what will help bring me up. I grew up with my mother and father. I had a mom. I wouldn't say I really had an active partaking dad. So my mom put me in a lot of different programs, like brotherly love, karate, basketball, all these things that keep me myself occupied. I had a lot of different traumas or, growing up with a lot of anger management and just being able to fuel that. And so one of the things for me is to be able to use your pain for gain. And basically, after being in a system, after working for Montgomery County, I was working in I was working for the State's Attorney's Office doing truancy prevention. And the State's Attorney's Office's main goal was to prosecute. I've never been into a courtroom. I don't even have any legal experiences like being charged or going to court, but I just stayed away. I already felt the trauma from being in there and how they treated our young black people in our community. And so I just never had a passion to stop by and see any of the court cases happen. My job and passion is prevention, intervention. And so after kind of feel like I was in a box, I remember we were doing a lot of community work and I was really out there just kind of trying to just impact a lot of kids. A lot of kids weren't going to school based on poverty, language barriers, child care, those things. And so I remember responding to an email and our state attorney kind of walked by my office and knocked and was like, hey, don't respond to those emails no more. And I looked at him like, basically I felt like he was telling me, be quiet, boy. That's how I felt. And I was like, I'm on the wrong, I don't need to be here. So I was, went on a leap of faith, and leaned on my LLC to be a subcontractor in 4 high school wellness centers and serve to work and target our African-American boys and the community in general, diversity through positive development, case management, partnering with different organizations in the county that can help connect them to the services, and therapeutic recreation. Just like I said, that stuff can be talked about all day, but that's allowed me to be outside my box. And being able to lean on 40 Club and having relationships where I'm from, I was able to really connect them into programs and meet the students and young men where they are. You need to see more of us. They need to see more of us that look like them, that have been where they've been, and help them go where they're trying to go. And so 40 Club has just, I don't really like to talk about myself, but just like I said, is through God's grace and his work, he's used me to work with others to impact their young men. I'm not an expert, didn't study this. I played college football. I didn't know what I was going to graduate in. I was just trying to get a degree. That was the trauma my mom had because she didn't have that opportunity support coming out of Philadelphia. And so I was like, let me get a degree in something. And my last semester, I was like, what am I graduating in? And I just didn't have a plan. I graduated in the pandemic. In the recession. So I had a recession, and the first thing I did was go back to my first home school, Stedwick Elementary School, with a long-term sub. I used my mom had a daycare, so I grew up around different diversity and paperwork and registration and all the organized chaos, and I didn't really stutter or I guess I would say fold in the classroom. And they asked me, do I want to be a teacher? And I was like, nah, I don't want to do something every day. I don't want to be told what to tell young people. I want to be able to speak for myself and through my walk and what I think is right. And so just from there, been able to really, what I say is, I guess most solutions, is I always go by hide the medicine in the applesauce. You know, that's how my mom tried to get me to take medicine when I was younger because I didn't want the NyQuil or something. And so just try to create programs that are no judgment, strength-based. You know, I'm learning, obviously been learning over the years, being more trauma-informed. And one of the things I've done and believe is that, or maybe I think I've read is, you gotta have experienced 5 good things to kind of eliminate 1. So I just try to create these positive moments for them to kind of help minimize, not their reality, but their situation. And so, you know, people in the room that know me like Jermaine and Hope, you know, I just try to stay in my lane, but just be innovative to create things that, you know, bring them in. So once you get that respect, once you get that relationship, you're able to now assist them with the resources that are out there. If it's like a brotherly love program, if it's an academic program, if it's a tutoring program, if it's a safe space. Where I'm from, it might not be the city, but it has a city mindset at this point now. And I've just been really proud to be a partner of Montgomery County, you know, a faithful man, a God-fearing man to kind of give back and right my wrongs. And I'll just say this too, I don't have a straight, narrow life. When I graduated, like I said, I kind of veered off to the left, right? And for years, I kind of feel like there was some dark years and times. And I'm 39, be 40 in June, and on my 30th birthday, I took myself to Arizona, did an internship to kind of escape and take a break, right? Like I said, like the farm trip. And I worked like 15-hour days, unpaid. I was living with a gentleman, a white guy from college, didn't have a car, didn't have Wi-Fi, didn't have no friends. And I just wanted to kind of honestly punish myself, but to build myself up for these days that are here today, being a father, a business owner, right, a black man in Montgomery County doing business, it ain't easy. And so I remember those 2-mile walks to the grocery store and, you know, those lonely times I feel like I needed, and I think these young men need that, and our women as well, to just take a break from the social media, like not be used by it, or take a break from the judgment, take a break from the teachers that are telling you, you know, what you're gonna be and what you're not. Also the stresses, you know, so I really got big into athlete mental wellness. You know, a lot of athletes, you think they got it together because they got the muscles, they got the awards, they got the game and schedules, but a lot of them are kind of lost, or I wouldn't say lost, sometimes some of them are losing their mind and just don't know where their mind is going. And so we got to have a positive adults and programs that kind of continue to keep them on hook and motivated and incentivize. One thing I told the county is, at the end of the day, we got to compete with the streets, all right? We're already competing with the spiritual side, but, you know, right now, young men, right, me 9 years ago, I would have chose to be at the casino, right, shooting dice, right, maybe doing something than be here, right? And so we got to not celebrate that, but show them that there's positive things going on, that there's other options. And my biggest goal was to create options so that they have opportunities. And a lot of those kids in those videos, you've seen that now are fathers, great men, college graduates, in the NFL, college, and some of them are dead. Some of them are locked up. And, you know, I'm just here today to answer any questions and kind of just let Tiffany kind of Q&A me real quick just to maybe just if it's inspiration. A lot of times people come to me and say, how can I start? I didn't have a donation or a fundraiser. I just started from scratch, started from zero, started from your passion. And that's when the work really meant the most to me, is when I did it for free and no one else could tell me how to do it. So I'm not an expert, but whatever you could do, like I said, if it's positive, it's possible.
Okay, well, I thank you for that. We don't have a lot of time, but I do want to ask you some really quick questions. What is the significance of 480?
If you saw it was the amount of minutes I first spent. So my very first program, it was 8 hours a month. And I'd say if I'm gonna tell an 8-year-old or 11-year-old, I think they can really embrace the amount of minutes. It was 480 minutes, 1 hour, 2 times a week for 4 weeks, and we were very dedicated. Did a lot of out of school time, safe space, strength training, but also I would have mentors or examples come in, NFL, college, just to show them the examples they want to see to really influence their mind, but also their academic and their positive pathway.
And I just want to say the first time I became aware of 480 Club, I sit on a board in Gaithersburg that awards grant money. And we had some extra grant money, and one of our partners brought you in under them as a subcontractor. But when I learned the magnitude of the work you did, and then the following year hearing that you needed a van and was struggling with that, given the magnitude of the work you did, I was dismayed. There's no other organization really in the county that I've seen that does the level of work that you're doing. Why do you think that is, given the success that you've had, that we're not giving you what you need in this county?
As a black person, we always got to show and prove. We do a lot, make $1 out of 15 cents. I feel like there's always a lot of eyes that are lost to me ready to fail, and I just try to use our relationships, our brothers and sisters to succeed. As I've advocated and spoke with you, is that our county doesn't have a strong African-American point guard, kind of demanding what we need and to assess. I will say, I know we spoke about the young ladies. There's actually more money being spent on young women, black women's mentoring programs than any black male programs. I actually would love just driving here today thinking I'd love to see a study, where's the green dollars for our African Americans, boys and girls, but I can name 5 or 6 girl programs, and I can name 1 or 2 from a positive development, right? So it's not enough, it's no excuses, but I would say, I try not to focus on that, I try to figure out the why and the how. I think it's like, let's see what he does. Like, look at the D.C. and so, like, let's see if Joseph Hooks takes some grant money and buys some illegal tickets or sells stuff to kids and I'm supposed to be charging for free. I think it's like sometimes like a setup. And I've gotten some funding in a contract, but also I feel like sometimes it's hush money. And so you gotta really reach out and connect with our fraternities, sororities, our own people, like they said, invest in each other so that we could do God's work. But I think everything's a test every day, and you just got to survive those tests so you can show and prove so the next thing can come.
And I know that you've been an outspoken critic of the anti-blackness, specifically that we face in this county. How much of a problem do you think that is?
I think it's a real problem. I consider it a crisis. Our black boys and girls are struggling, and it's tough. Our parents are working hard. I'm not the type to just do a lot of patting on their backs, but I'm also not the type just to push people down. I think we got to look at ourselves too and be held accountable and make positive decisions and rally like we're doing today. But I think, we got to look at even the future elections and the people who are in the top roles. And one thing about Montgomery County, I don't see a lot of black people leading what we're doing for black people. And so, I would hope one day that we have our council members here, our delegates here, we need an African-American senator. We have some great people in position with the Black and Brown Coalition. We have community schools, which is great, which are God-given angels through the work they can do. These things went around, and I was talking the other day, I said more resources have come, but things are getting a little worse. But I think you need that one text, that one kid, that one reminder, that one positive thing to let you know that you do what you can. And I think it's just taking one step forward and just building other leaders. So I think we just got to really make sure we vote, right? We can post all day, we can go on the website all day, but if we don't vote, if we don't rally, if we don't step up, if we don't teach someone else to run for an office or start their own group of business, we're our own enemy. So, like Republican John Lewis, I like to say, let's do some good trouble.
All right, so we are at our time. I am going to take 1 minute to take a comment if anybody has something really quick, but make it really quick because we are short on time. Mr. Hooks, thank you. Thank you for everything that you're doing in this county. Any comments, any questions?
That's right. Put your hands together for Brother Joseph Hooks.
And Brother Hooks, we are really in great need to scale up what he does. If you're in the business of support, this is the man. Any comments or questions?
Where can we get in touch with the 480 Club?
So Instagram at 480 Club, simple the number 480 Club 40 Club. So that's simple on Instagram. You can send a message, see the work that I do. My website is www.480club.com. So it's really two things that are easy.
And what age group are you working with and where?
So right now I'm in 4 high schools, Northwood, Kennedy, Gaithersburg, and Seneca Valley as a subcontractor. And as well as I have some community-based programs that are just offered during out-of-school safe space time. So like today I had 40 kids playing soccer in Gaithersburg. So just reach out to me. If I don't have it, I'll try to help connect you to it. If it's Street Outreach Network, if it's a counseling program, if it's whatever it is, I just try to be connected and let God do what he do.
Put your hands together for Brother Joseph Hooks and the 480 Club. Thank you, brother. as we continue with our program, we're going to bring up the Street Outreach Network that's here.